Did Jesus Christ ever said, "I am God," or asked us to worship him? Let us take the first part of the question, but wait till the end to have the answer. For the worshipping question, he knew that kind of divine revealing will not be accepted nor understood yet by the Jewish. The incarnated Jesus, Son of God, first started doing good and healing all that were oppressed of the devil, for God was with him. He made divine miracles to prove himself as Son of God. Jesus changed water into wine in Cana in Galilee wedding. He created new substance as wine is totally different substance than water. The book of John 2:1-11. Jesus cured the nobleman's son. The book of John 4:46-47. Jesus brought the great haul of fishes. Luke 5:1-11. Jesus cast out an unclean spirit. Mark 1:23-28. Jesus cured Peter's mother-in-law of a fever. Mark 1:30-31. Jesus healed a leper. Mark 1:40-45. Jesus raised the widow's son from the dead. Luke 7:11-18. Jesus stilled the storm. Matthew 8:23. Jesus cured the demoniacs. Matthew 8:28-34. Jesus cured the paralytic. Matthew 9:1-8. Jesus cured a woman of an issue of blood. Luke 8:43-48. Jesus opened the eyes of 2 blind men. Matthew 9:27-31. Jesus fed at least 5,000 people by 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Matthew 14:15-21. Jesus created eyes for a man born blind. John 9:1-38. Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. John 11:1-46. And there are also many other things which Jesus did, the which, if they should be written, every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. John 21:25. After all these miracles and more, then came the Jews round about him, and said to him, How long does you make us to doubt? If you be the Christ, tell us plainly. Jesus answered them, I told you, and you believed not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me, but ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said to you. And here came the revealing, I and my Father are one. This was a divine declaration that Jewish people did not bear or accept. They could not bear his forgiveness of sins, and accused him of blasphemy. When he cured the paralyzed man, lying on a mat, he had forgiven his sins. Why does this man speak blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God only? In another occasion, the Jews stoned him. If I do not the works of my Father, believe me not. But if I do, though you believe not me, believe the works, that you may know, and believe, that the Father is in me, and I in him. Jesus introduced himself many times. I am the resurrection, and the life. He that believe in me, though he was dead, yet shall he live. The book of John 11:25. The declaration continues as he said, For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels. The book of Matthew 16:28. Then in Luke 9:26 he made it more revealing. When he shall come in his own glory, and in his Father's, and of the holy angels. Who can say, I will come in the glory of God? Unless he is equal to God, and thus is only one God with his glory. Or he would be blasphemy. Jesus talked as a judge. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations. And he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. Then shall the King say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom, prepared for you from the foundation of the world. He told Peter, I will give to you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Who have this divine and holy authority? This is authority of God Almighty. And when he told to his disciples, Whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever you shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Who owns this authority to bound and loose in heaven, and can give this like delegation to others? I am with you always, even into the end of the world, the book of Matthew 28-20. And this promise for all Jesus Christ believers. As he said this to his disciples, Jesus told us that he came from heaven. I came forth from the Father, and I am come into the world again. Again, I leave the world and go to the Father. The book of John 16:28. Where is Jesus from us now? Jesus is with the righteous people, as he said, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and we will come into him, and make our abode with him. John 14:23. The word that you hear is not from mine, but is from the Father who sent me. John 14:24. And also for people who gathered on his name. Jesus said, for where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. He said to the one of the 2 thieves hanged with him on the cross, verily I say to you, today shall you be with me in paradise. As for the unbelievers, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and will sup with him, and he with me. He worked the works of God. He did not said worship me, but he accepted this from others. In the book of Matthew, Jesus said, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. He accepted being called Lord, Lord, by your name we prophetized. Jesus accepted the worship. In the miracle of creating eyes for the born blind man, Jesus asked him, does you believe on the Son of God? He answered and said, who is he, Lord, that I might believe on him? And Jesus said unto him, you have seen him, and it is he that talk with you. And he said, Lord, I believe, and he worshipped him. He worshipped Jesus as Son of God. He accepted the worship of the woman with blood issue. In the miracle of great multitude of fishes, Peter fell down at Jesus' knees, saying, depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord. He accepted from Thomas' confession that he is the Lord. And Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my God. The book of John 20:28. Jesus blamed Thomas. Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen, and yet have believed. The book of John 20:29.